So the war continues. We're now dealing with some of our hatch walkways that are down inside of the garage. We're getting them painted up. This primer here that I got from Mr. Dave Thompson. Thank you again, Dave. And we are sealing it from the mold. Well, me and Solar got the panels for in the garage and the little pieces that go with it painted up, and this one right here as well, anti-mold paint. And now me and Tukey think that they will not collect mold anymore. We'll see how that works out. So this here is a project that I've been working on. It's a deck to go from the dinghy to the boat. It's got tie-offs for the dinghy on this end, and it's rounded like the boat's body on the side, and in the front it's straight so you can drive up to it with the dinghy. So it would set up against the boat, and the dinghy would be able to pull up to it, right where Solar's at, and then tie off, and then we can go from the dinghy to the boat. Because if you look here on the side of the boat, from where the black line is up to the top deck, that is about 4 feet. And if you were in a dinghy, to get up to that 4 feet, well, that's a long climb. So we'll hang this from the side, and we'll be able to go from the dinghy to this, and this to the dinghy. That will make it easier for the dogs, me, but mostly Cinda. So this has got to be my favorite sculpture of wood I think I've ever seen. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. A little windy out here. And the U.S. Coast Guard is out on patrol again today. Every day about this time. So here's the mast with all of the old ropes on it. So what I'm doing is I'm going through and untying all of this mess. I'm going to start putting the new ropes on it. We'll see how that goes. Well, I just pulled that out of there. It happens to be attached to this. Well, it used to be attached to this. This will come out now. Yeah, that's all bad. And now I'm officially 3 for 3. Well, the good news is I do have new lines to put in.
Bad news.
Bad news is I don't have old lines to attach them to. Problem. Well, after looking around and trying to come up with a viable solution to the lines coming out of the mast here, what I've come up with is I believe I have found the tool for the job. This is an electrician's flat wire pulling tape. You look on the end here. It's a flat piece of spring steel, not a round one, with a kind of a hook on it. And we'll hook the ends of our new lines, and we will run them through our mast, try to solve this problem. And a big shout out to RMF. Without these guys, I don't believe it would be possible to be as far along as we are and to be doing it nearly as comfortable and graciously as we've been able to do it. And a big shout out to Rick, the manager here.
Well,
This is the man right here, really.
We try to do our best.
You've gone above and beyond, Rick. Thank you again so much.
You're very welcome. We appreciate you too.
And so, without further ado, let's do this. Down to this end, out this hole, and eventually the main line will then make it to that winch. And what we'll do is we'll attach this rope here. We'll get this line attached to the end of that wire puller, and we got about 40 feet from one end to the other to pull it. And now for the moment of truth. Ha! And we win. Rope from one end all the way down to the other. That was not fun. And for the moment of truth, the new main halyard. All the way coming through from the other end. Yep, I win. Well, it took the better part of all day, but I got the new lines on it. That was work. A lot of work. But now we can move on to the next project, putting the spreaders on. There's attachments here, and they go here, and the lines go across them, take them down. The shrouds do down to the sides of the hull. So this is the next project. So finally able to start getting the spreader put on. Lots of hardware. Yeah. So the starboard stay, I got run through the eyelet. Still untangling it from the rest of the nightmare down there. Coming along. Well, here are the 9 line. Well, actually it's not 9. It's actually only 6 lines. It looks like 9. The problem is that those broken lines, well, that's one of them. And that's another one. And that's another one. So I was able to replace 2 of them. We'll have to get one more. One was in decent shape, but it has a lot of chafing on it. So there's the chafing on her. Probably more like rat munching than chafing, but she'll have to be replaced. Well, I put the hardware on here now. I got brass bolt, aluminum nut, locking nut, stainless steel washers. I got rubber wrapped around the wire, sticking out the top just a little bit so that as it gets tension on the line, because she's still a little floppy, she should tighten down real good. She'll pull that down. Yep, as we tighten the stays down. We got both sides put together, and just need to wash her down and clean her up a little bit. I believe she's ready to stand. We'll be stepping this mast soon. And so I do believe that I have everything as ready to go as I can for when it's time to step this mast. Well, a mast ain't a mast without a boom. And here's our boom. You might wonder why I have it up in the air like this. Well, this is what I found when I went to go and inspect it. So I can imagine that that is, well, look down here at the bottom of her. It looks like it's going to be pretty much full. So, gotta love an old boat. So, that's the pile I pulled out so far.
Love you.
And it looks pretty much plugged up. So I managed to get the boom clean. It was only a small pile. Sort of small. But now she's cleaned up, ready to be mated up with the mast, ready to do some sailing. So, well, I think I got the mast to the point to where I can now raise it. Got the majority of the boat projects taken care of. The list is getting shorter. Thank goodness. It was quite overwhelming in the beginning, but now now that we've been able to address a number of the issues and to start moving in a direction to where we're, well, about a couple of weeks away or so from putting in the water, starting to feel a little surreal. So we'll see you guys in about a week or so and see what I'm up to next. Bye.